Right now I have with me David Tyree with Piney Grove Farm in Vinemont, Alabama.
Thanks, Mark. It's good to be with you. At Piney Grove Farm, we offer Black Angus beef raised all naturally. Our cattle are grass-fed, grain-finished. We'd love for you to come try some. Our market is located at 5814 County Road 1141, Vinemont, Alabama, and we're open on Fridays from 9 to 5. You can also give us a call at 256-339-4612.
That's Piney Grove Farm, located in Vinemont, Alabama. Find them on Facebook at Piney Grove Farm and give them a try. Whether you're new to aviation or an experienced pilot looking to advance your skills, Go Vertical Aviation has you covered. With an excellent learning atmosphere and a staff committed to excellence in education, Go Vertical Aviation will customize a learning program just for you. For more information, go to goverticalaviation.com or call 256-412-5226. Be sure to follow Go Vertical Aviation on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Don't just go. Go vertical.
Right now, we have Mayor Carrie Underwood, mayor of Tuscumbia, Alabama, to share his Muscle Shoals Boutique Air experience.
My wife and I, we were flying from here to Atlanta, which is a very fantastic trip to go from one to the other at such a great rate. In that route was just a casual, comfortable environment, which sometimes flying is not casual and comfortable. During that time, we just got to visiting with the pilot and the co-pilot. Come to find out that it was a husband and wife team. And it's hard to put into words how that gave us a comfort level, but just knowing that there was a family that was flying the plane, having normal conversations as we were interacting with them, made it feel like home. And for me, this Shoals area is home, and knowing that there was someone who had that same sort of mentality and that same interaction between husband and wife going from one airport to another gave everybody on that plane, including myself, a comfort level that I really can't put into words. When we say this is boutique air, it's also very unique in that it is very hometown and personable. And to me, that matters when you're flying.
To plan your boutique air experience, go to boutiqueair.com. That's Boutique Air,
Where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
My wife and I sat down with Harlan Mitchell and discussed our own estate planning needs. I know in our experience, Harlan brought up questions that caused us to think about our current situation and what we need to do moving forward. When you sit down with Harlan for your free consultation, you're going to find out things that you may have not thought about when it comes to estate planning. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884 and schedule your free consultation today.
Would you like enhanced energy, better moods, less fatigue, help with allergies, better sleep, mental clarity, or just want improvement of your overall immune health and well-being? Do you need to recover from intense activities, workouts, or sports? Then IV therapy at the Drip Factor inside Trinity Medical Center is right for you. Our IV drips are filled with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals that will help your body replenish, restore, and achieve your wellness goals. For more information, visit trinity-medicalcare.com and schedule your appointment today at Trinity Medical Center, located at 500 Governors Drive.
Experience the difference at Athens Bible School. The vision and purpose is to provide each student a quality education in a Christ-centered environment to develop the whole person spiritually, mentally, physically, and socially in safe and supportive surroundings. The solid biblical foundation permeates learning and culture in the classrooms and every extracurricular activity.
This is the beginning of a new day. God has given me this day to use as I will. I can waste it, or I can use it for good. What I do today is very important because I'm exchanging a day of my life for it. When tomorrow comes, this day will be gone forever, leaving something in its place I have traded for it. I want it to be gain, not loss, good, not evil, success, not failure, in order that I shall not forget the price I paid for it.
Hey everybody, this is Daryl Worley, and you're listening to The Mark White Show. Hey, step up and make a difference like he does.
Hey y'all, this is Jeff Foxworthy, and you can make a huge difference in somebody's life. You just may not have figured out how yet, and that's why you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi, this is Maggie Peterson. I played Charlene Darling on The Andy Griffith Show, and you are listening to The Mark White Show.
Hi folks, this is Ricky Skaggs, and you're listening to The Mark White Show.
Hello, I'm Gene Stallings, and this is The Mark White Show. Get off the sideline and get involved and make a difference in your community.
You are listening to The Mark White Show. My daddy is your host, Mark White.
Welcome to a Saturday edition of The Mark White Show. I am your host, Mark White, and I'm so very glad that you could join us as we recognize difference makers and share their stories to encourage and inspire us all to make a difference where we can. Now, a couple of weeks ago, my friend Brad Cicero passed away. He was from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He was a great mentor to me and many people as I was a student at the University of Alabama. And as some of you know, Brad Cicero had Parkinson's disease. One of the things that I noticed in the obituary when it got down to the bottom and it talks about in lieu of flowers, they wanted donations to go to Parkinson's Foundation. Now, at the same time, last month was Parkinson's Awareness Month, and I had a friend, Benny Sorrell, who has Parkinson's as we speak, and he was bringing awareness to this subject because, of course, it's his battle, and I don't want to be a person who says, well, that's somebody else's battle because it's not my problem. It is my problem, and it's your problem, and it's an issue that we can all tackle and take on if we choose to do that. We don't have to have the same circumstances. We don't have to have Parkinson's to care. Right now, I have on the line with me John Lear, and he's president and CEO of the Parkinson's Foundation. I reached out to the Parkinson's Foundation so that we could bring awareness through the Mark White Show. Welcome to the Mark White Show, John Lear.
Thank you so much, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you. And as you just heard, I want to show concern. I care about people right now who are battling Parkinson's disease.
Sure. Yeah, Mark, it's very sorry to hear about your friend Brad and your other friend who's living with Parkinson's. It's personal. I get that. And it's personal for so many of us here in the U.S. and around the world because Parkinson's is a disease that affects many, many people, and particularly people who are starting to move into their 60s, 70s, and 80s, although there are certainly people who are younger who have what we call young onset Parkinson's disease. But in the United States, more than 1 million Americans are living with Parkinson's disease, and that also affects their spouses and care partners and their families and their friends. So it's a disease that reaches, to many, many Americans, unfortunately.
When we talk about what we're able to do when it comes to people with Parkinson's and what they're battling, we want a cure. We want something to take place that changes the situation that they're in. What is it at this moment that shows a glimmer of hope for people with Parkinson's?
Yeah, what I would say is you're right. I mean, cure is often elusive. So there are some diseases like cystic fibrosis and ALL leukemia where there have been great progress made in terms of identifying, I wouldn't call them cures, but symptom controls that allow people to live, much longer lives and without the threat of the disease. That's not the case in Parkinson's, but we are really doing our best to understand the underlying causes of the disease and the basic biology of the disease. One area that really offers a hope is genetics. We have found that there are some individuals, about 15%, 10 to 15%, who have what we call a genetic form of Parkinson's. That is, there are genetic mutations within their bodies that are causing Parkinson's. The interesting thing is that there are medications that can target those genetic mutations and maybe reverse or stop the cause of, the Parkinson's disease that's being caused by those genetic mutations. And if that's the case, then that could be then extrapolated to the larger population. We've seen this in other diseases, in fact, in cystic fibrosis, where they They worked on a small mutation of the population, and then they extrapolated to the larger population with great success. So we're hoping that genetics is an avenue for new therapies, new discoveries, and hopefully a modification of the disease.
One of the things that I noticed was an expansion of the Foundation's Center of Excellence network. What is the benefit to the people who are facing Parkinson's when it comes to these centers of excellence?
Yeah, so we have, as you say, we have 47 centers of excellence. 33 of them are here in the United States, and then the rest are around the world. Our goal is to continue to expand and acknowledge centers of excellence. There are likely more centers of excellence out there. We just haven't gotten around to anointing them. What makes them so special is that they have what's called a movement disorder specialist leading the team. That is a neurologist who has extra training in Parkinson's disease and other movement disorders. So the physician, he or she, can look at a patient with Parkinson's and see things that maybe other clinicians might not see. The other thing about the Centers of Excellence is that they provide a multidisciplinary approach. So in addition to the neurologist, you'll get mental health, you'll get social work, PT, OT, speech, all of the disciplines that are important in caring for people with Parkinson's. It's a full body disease. It doesn't just affect movement and brain. It affects every system of the body. And so having a multidisciplinary care team is really critical. And you will find those at Centers of Excellence, Parkinson's Foundation Centers of Excellence. So the care is often very high quality. That's not to say that there isn't great high quality in other places. There is for sure. But these folks at these centers have really gone the extra mile. And they are often very much involved in clinical research to figure out better ways to care for people with Parkinson's and bring best practices to a larger and wider community.
One of the things that's very important, and I mentioned this, is someone who passes away and their family says, we want you to donate to the Parkinson's Foundation in lieu of flowers. And I know that your background is helping to raise funds through nonprofits. You have decades of experience in that realm. And you graduated from Villanova and you had a history degree. I'd like to know what your passion is, what led you to be part of the Parkinson's Foundation, and what is your drive to raise funds for this effort?
Sure. Well, thank you for asking. So, you mentioned Villanova, so I came out of a university which really places an emphasis on caring for other folks. And I went into the Peace Corps, as an extension of that, and then got into medical health around the fundraising side, and really just saw what can happen when you bring resources to really smart, talented individuals, both clinicians and researchers working on tough diseases, and how that can positively benefit people living with those diseases. So my career has been exclusively in healthcare. And, when I got the opportunity to become to the Parkinson's Foundation, I jumped at it. I had known somebody when I was a younger person who lived with Parkinson's, and I saw the challenges that the disease presented to her. And, I thought I could bring, some of my skills to the Parkinson's Foundation and hopefully to benefit people living with this disease. We really have a twofold mission. One is to, as we've been talking, to find, things that, through research, things that control the symptoms and hopefully ultimately lead to a cure. But the other part of our mission is to ensure that people live well with this disease every day. People with Parkinson's can live a very long life after their diagnosis, and we want to make sure that they have all the resources and access to all the resources that allows them to live a full, meaningful, and healthy and happy life in spite of their Parkinson's. The ability to help people every day live with a tough disease and maintain their quality of life is something that motivates me every day to get up and come to work.
You mentioned, John, someone you knew personally. I think back to when I was in middle school, and a friend of mine, Mr. Miles Johnson, he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, and it was the first time I had ever heard of Parkinson's. And each person that we know of, or each story that we hear, it can lead us to finding a purpose within a certain area, because, as we mentioned from the very beginning, that if it affects a friend or someone we know, then suddenly we feel that we have a vested interest in that subject because we have a person that we care about that's battling it. It sounds like that's what happened to you with this particular lady that you knew.
Yeah, absolutely. She was a woman who was very close to our family, and when you're a young person, you don't always think about disease and how it affects people. But seeing it firsthand and seeing her struggles really stayed with me for a lifetime. And as we are a population of people who are older and people who are affected by diseases that we didn't necessarily see 100 plus years ago, like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and ALS, we're seeing more of those diseases because people are living longer. And, at every generation we see it. When you're a young person, you may have a grandparent who has the disease. And so, learning how you can help them and be a part of their lives is really critical. I mean, one thing I'll say, Mark, is social isolation for these types of diseases, Parkinson's in particular, is really great. So the more understanding, the more caring that we can bring to people with Parkinson's, the better. They're so greatly appreciative of it. And really, frankly, it's an easy thing to do. Just a kind word or, and helping out here and there is really just very important.
Well, John, I know that you've helped to raise a lot of money for Parkinson's disease and $30 million in research and clinical grants for promising Parkinson's disease studies. That's very important. What I want to do is take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to speak to listeners, and we're talking about $5, $10, $20, maybe more, maybe $100, but I want to speak to these people and give you an opportunity to share a message with them so that they understand why they should commit their funds to Parkinson's research, okay?
Sounds great.
Great. Folks, right now we're talking to President and CEO of the Parkinson's Foundation, John Lear. I hope you'll stick with us as we continue this conversation. Again, we want to express our condolences to the Cicero family and also want to recognize anyone who's listening right now who is either affected by Parkinson's directly or has a loved one who has Parkinson's. I want you to know that the Mark White Show's in your corner, just like the Parkinson's Foundation and John Lear there at the Parkinson's Foundation. We support you, and we want to bring awareness to this subject. I want you to live as full a life as possible and enjoy this life that we have. You are listening to The Mark White Show, and I'm your host, Mark White.
A little wink, a pat on the back, a big old hug, a little laugh. We can make a difference. All we have to do is try. Yeah, every day's a chance to change somebody else's life. Let's all do something good today.
Whether you're new to aviation or an experienced pilot looking to advance your skills, Go Vertical Aviation has you covered. With an excellent learning atmosphere and a staff committed to excellence in education, Go Vertical Aviation will customize a learning program just for you. For more information, go to goverticalaviation.com or call 256-412-5226. Be sure to follow Go Vertical Aviation on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Don't just go. Go vertical.
Boutique Air in Muscle Shoals, Alabama offers direct flights to Atlanta, Nashville, and Pensacola. Boutique Air service runs twice daily, 7 days a week, with fares starting at $59. Follow Boutique Air Muscle Shoals on Facebook at Boutique Air MSL and book your flight through boutiqueair.com. Boutique Air,
where you can fly private for the cost of commercial.
The best way to buy, sell, and experience land is with Jonathan Berryhill. For your farm, ranch, recreational, hunting, timber, and acreage needs, contact National Land Realty Professional Jonathan Berryhill at 256-874-7354 or email at jberryhill@nationalland.com. Be sure to follow Jonathan Berryhill with National Land Realty on Facebook. This is your land.
Thompson Roofing and Construction is a locally owned family business serving the North Alabama and Southern Tennessee area. They are a Better Business Bureau A+ member since 2011 and a GAF Master Elite Contractor. Give them a call at 256-952-3309 or check them out on the web at 256roofing.com. They offer free inspections.
Thompson Roofing and Construction.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. Losing a loved one is hard, but losing a loved one and not having an estate plan is even harder. Attorney Harlan Mitchell witnessed what not having an estate plan can do to families and decided to use his experience to do something about it. I encourage you to go to BamaEstatePlanning.com or give Harlan Mitchell a call at 256-216-9884. Again, that website is BamaEstatePlanning.com. Let Harlan Mitchell help you with estate planning. Do it for those you love and do it today.
He's got a cold, nothing to worry about.
Just need a couple of stitches.
Your COVID rapid test is negative.
Oh boy, X-ray shows it's broken.
Trust Trinity Medical Care when you need urgent care or routine medical care. Walk-ins are welcome, or let Trinity help you virtually with telemedicine. Visit trinity-medicalcare.com for more information and follow them on Facebook. Trinity Medical Care, where your care comes first. Located on Governor's Drive and South Parkway.
Hey everybody, this is Paul Overstreet, and you are listening to The Mark White Show. Stay tuned because Mark is doing some things on his show that's helping his community and uplifting people, so you stay with him.
He drives into the city, works extra hard all day, finishes up early so he can get away. Blue-eyed kid on second base wants Dad to watch him play. Daddy knows he's
Welcome back to the Mark White Show. This is a Saturday edition of the Mark White Show, and as I mentioned in the first segment, I want to bring awareness to Parkinson's disease. We want to show people who have Parkinson's that we care and that it is a subject and an issue that we want to tackle here at the Mark White Show. I reached out to the Parkinson's Foundation, and I just want to thank Mona for organizing this interview with Mr. John Lear. He's the president and CEO of the Parkinson's Foundation. He's on the line with us right now. Welcome back to the Mark White Show, John.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Well, funding, it's the word that people don't want to hear. Sometimes it's to get money out of people's pockets. You know, 2020 was very difficult for a lot of nonprofits, including regular businesses, but nonprofits, it was a struggle for them to come up with creative ways to raise funds. I understand that. The work still goes on. The mission still happens. The work's still here. It takes funding to make that happen. And I know that you would probably agree with this, whether it's $1 or $1 million, every person that's able to donate, to commit to helping this effort is a person who is needed, who is wanted.
Well, that's absolutely true, Mark. You know, we say and believe and know it's true that every dollar helps. What I often say is, think of it as making an investment in better care, better research. Rather than just giving money, think of it as an investment, things that are money that will build on existing infrastructure and resources that we have and grow them, and make things better for people living with Parkinson's. And as you say, we have donors giving us $1, $5. We have donors giving us, up to $1 million or more. Every dollar counts because we use every dollar to advance our mission. One of the things I'm most proud of at the Parkinson's Foundation is we have the highest rating among all of the independent nonprofit charity groups that rate, rating groups. And that's because we take very clear our responsibility to spend the money in the best way possible. And that's really for mission programs.
If someone wants to donate, what is the best path for them to go? I know there's several options. One of the things that people do sometimes is when they have a loved one that passes away, they do a legacy donation. They contribute to Parkinson's. Some people may contribute monthly. Some people may be one-time contributors. But how can someone see the different options for them to donate and to contribute to this effort?
Yeah, the easiest way to do that, Mark, is to go right to our website, which is parkinson.org. That's parkinson.org. And there's many different ways. You'll see buttons on there, how to donate right on the front page. And then it'll give a number of different options, including, as you mentioned, making a legacy gift for somebody who has passed away, or a memorial gift. And we have a lot of people that honor their loved ones or their friends or family who passed away through that mechanism, and that's the easiest and shortest way to do it. The other way to do it is you can always mail a check into the foundation to our office in New York, which is 1359 Broadway. That's New York, New York. 118 is the zip code. So 1359 Broadway, New York, New York, 10018.
And let's also, before we close out, talk about the helpline.
Yeah, so we have a helpline that's dedicated to helping people live with Parkinson's. Anybody who has a question about Parkinson's can call that. That's 800-4PD-INFO. That's 800-4PD-INFO, or 800-473-4636.
John, I understand that you believe we can help people with Parkinson's disease live better today by improving health and quality of life through patient education, resources, and expert care, while investing in research that leads to medical breakthroughs as quickly as possible. I agree with that message. I believe in that message, and I hope that there are listeners out there who believe that we can move forward with this and will choose to support this effort through the Parkinson's Foundation.
Well, thank you so much, Mark. We greatly appreciate it, and we're grateful to your listeners for hearing about our mission.
John Lear, thank you for joining me here on the Mark White Show today.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great weekend.
You too. Here on the Mark White Show, we're recognizing difference makers and sharing their stories to encourage and inspire us all to make a difference where we can. I hope the Mark White Show is an encouragement to you. If it is, I hope you'll share it with your friends, your neighbors, and your family, and let them know about the Mark White Show as we continue to try to make a difference in our communities. You can follow the Mark White Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, also on LinkedIn, and subscribe to the Mark White Show podcast via Apple iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Audio Boom, SoundCloud, Blueberry, YouTube, and TuneIn Radio. You have been listening to a Saturday edition of the Mark White Show, and this is Mark White, encouraging you to find your purpose by making a difference in someone's life today.
Well, let's all do something good today. Something good today.
Shout a friendly heart when they go passing by, who live and love in my hometown. These are my kind of people.
Right now I have with me David Tyree with Piney Grove Farm in Vinemont, Alabama.
Thanks, Mark. It's good to be with you. At Piney Grove Farm, we offer Black Angus beef raised all naturally. Our cattle are grass-fed, grain-finished. We'd love for you to come try some. Our market is located at 5814 County Road 1141, Vinemont, Alabama, and we're open on Fridays from 9 to 5. You can also give us a call at 256-339-4612.
That's Piney Grove Farm, located in Vinemont, Alabama. Find them on Facebook at Piney Grove Farm and give them a try. Is it time for a haircut? Go see my friends Philip Butler and B.H. Parker at Southwind Barbershop, located at 1637 Lee Street in Rogersville, Alabama. Give them a call at 256-247-5658. That's 256-247-5658.
If you like hickory smoked ribs that fall apart at the slightest pull, or barbecue shoulders that are so slow smoked each tender bite melts in your mouth, then you are going to love Baby Jack's Barbecue. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett and Arlington. Try the barbecue chicken, beef brisket sandwich, barbecue potato, it is huge, or the Baby Jack Trio, pork, turkey, or beef brisket sliders. You like wet ribs? They like dry ribs. Get one slab that has them both. Catering? Baby Jack's can feed a family or an army. Drive in, drive through, order online, or come in and set a minute. Baby Jack's Barbecue in Bartlett at Highway 70 in Appling, or in Arlington at Highway 70 just a block west of 385.
Hello, my name is Christian Martinez. I'm a rising senior at Athens Bible School. My school is great because of the wonderful environment in which students can grow and flourish. We have great academics that include the University Preparatory Diploma, and dual enrollment courses that lead to an associate's degree before high school graduation. All my teachers and the school's employees are Christians who are devoted to the welfare of students. We have an excellent student body, competitive sports program, and study the Bible first thing every day. It's a great place. Please consider joining us at ABS next year, or give that special child in your life the great opportunity I have.
Mr. Cecil Batchelor is the one that started this business as Dependable Service Center. And even though now it's Green's Dependable Hardware and we're a True Value store, our tagline is still Your Dependable Service Center. We've tried to keep that alive for all these years. Mr. Batchelor really started a good business. We're really excited to be carrying on a long-standing tradition. It's the oldest retail store in the city of Russellville. We're Green's Dependable Hardware, 15220A Highway 43 in Russellville, Alabama. We're right behind McDonald's or right across the street from the hospital. Number is 256-331-0123.
Your Dependable Service Center.
Located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, the Alabama Music Hall of Fame honors Alabama's music achievers. You can even go into the recording studio and try out your talents as a singer. That's the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, located at 617 Highway 72 West in Tuscumbia, Alabama. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give them a call at 256-381-4417. Check them out on the web at alamhof.org.
You hear me, people, when I say, well, let's all do something good.